In the weeks just before Worlds, episode 28 of the Split Push podcast, featuring Cabom, coach of Splyce, we asked him some questions, including...
All right, I got one more question for you, man. After you guys win Worlds, you coming back on?
Sure.
Wow, you stole my fucking question.
Sure. I can get into that. I'm down.
Hell yeah.
I'll go win Worlds and come back. That's fine with me.
Sitting here thinking I'm going to ask that question.
I am so down with that whole entire process.
Yeah.
The process of winning Worlds and then coming back. We can do that for sure.
High five.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Have some fun.
I'm down.
Yeah, that'd be super sick. Can't wait to see you guys once you win, you know?
That's right. Can't wait to see you back.
I can't wait to see me when I win either. That sounds good.
This is the moment.
The moment we all play for.
Not everyone's journey is the same.
Maybe they came just short last year.
The match is going to go to Rival.
We are the fan favorites.
Sarah, Jeff, and the boys back at DreamHack.
This year, it just clicked for us.
Splyce finally get it done. 62 minutes.
Last year we were sitting at home.
Close spot match, man.
Now we here, baby.
But Dignitas ends up on top.
Obey Alliance, the first team that's going to punch their ticket to DreamHack.
We're not looking to be the bridesmaids again.
Time to remind everyone why we are the best.
I mean, they really made that look easy.
There's a reason I made it to Worlds.
Unbelievable.
There's only one reason we're here. To defend our title.
It doesn't matter how we got it. All that matters
is that we're ready
to be remembered. To be immortalized. For this moment.
Dark as an ice shoes, the Cyclone's been has to airstrike away. Where were you going, Timbuktu? Get back on the map, Cyclone! Phoenix, though, still under pressure. Vogue gets one kill, and with that, Wolfie gets another. Game one is going the way of Rival from the moment the game began.
This might be a chance to end here for Splyce. I mean, they really got 3 dead. They've got a lot of damage waiting here, Graham.
Ice Baby round the back, though. Devios is going to be the last one in. And now Ice sees him. No, he's going to try and delay minions, maybe? Make this a little bit harder for them?
They're going for it. They're going right for it. Big boy play coming out from Deathwalker, but the Titan is in the sights. Backside comes Ice Baby, but he's eliminated. The Titan is in trouble. Game 2 goes to Splyce.
We got an even game in the World Championships. North America have arrived. Waiting for the sash, off the mark from Sino, but there he goes! Just raw ultimate straight to the back line. Picks up Deathwalker. That's attack! It's attack no more! The crypts are emptied! The Phoenix will fall! And Devios chases Rival back to base! This is gonna be game 3! Going the way of Splyce! 2-1! And all Splyce have to do now is find one more win! Devios on the right side trying to do what he can, but he's surrounded. He's down. He's sleeping. Good night, sweet prince. We knew you well. Left Phoenix already dead. Right Phoenix dead. Middle one to join it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to go to Game 5 in the Smite World Championships of Season 5. Go with Splyce onto the Phoenix again, the left-hand side. Keep an eye on Sino as Callis is brought back in.
One more time, Ice Baby goes to the sky. Here comes Cyclone spin. Callis caught up in the spin cycle.
Ice Baby goes in and dips straight back out. So one pick so far for Splyce. They wait again.
Sino still has that ultimate available. He's still got Sonic Boom, and there it is! Right on top of Wolfie, and puts him down!
Sino still bucks it away, looking at Deathwalker. Won't be able to find more, but it's all about the Phoenix.
Sino falls back with the rest of the squad. Doesn't want to get too over-aggressive. Left Phoenix, down. Mid Phoenix, down. Right side's up, but it's the only one. Deathwalker lifted up, jumps back to the back line, but in the Titan room, everyone from Splyce surging in.
They're gonna try to end the game right now. Splyce are gonna be your Season 5 World Champions. This is their moment.
Attack left lane.
You're playing Loki, Yuki.
No.
Oh shit, they play Mercury.
Attack the Gold Fury.
Divyo's fucking rocks with Cab.
Group up.
I knew it. That's why you didn't hear your name called, because you were watching Supernatural.
Oh, you're fuzzy wuzzy. Let's not hurt them too bad. Let's make them scream! I was not happy.
Go on now, get.
Split push!
Howdy, folks. Welcome to episode 31 of Split Push. It's a Smite podcast from the console perspective here, and a little bit more of that PC perspective sprinkled in here again today as we have a very, very special guest on with us this week. Actually, it will be our first repeat guest. We even called that this was going to be a repeat guest, but I'll get to him in a second.
Repeat offenders. Wait, wrong repeat?
Yep, well, you all know him. That's Yuki.
Yeah, what's going on, guys?
And we got Dirtnap Dan.
I remembered to clap this week. Yay!
We got Guy.
What's up, everybody?
And Beagle Girl.
What's up?
AKA The Beag.
The Beags.
No.
Beags.
And our very special first repeat guest. You heard it here just a few weeks ago. I believe it was Dan that said, hey, we'll see you back on after you win Worlds, right, Cabom?
Yeah, that's true. You did say that.
We called it, man.
We called it. I couldn't believe it. I'll tell you what. It just put a special feel to the whole tournament on, especially for me. I'm sure these other guys, I'm speaking for everybody here, but every game was just like, I think they got this. Look how well they're playing. Just everything they're doing is so smooth. And even when bad things happen, they bounce back, or they were fighting tough and not going down without a fight.
It must be us. It must be good luck.
Coaches are going to be fighting to be on our podcast
that's right.
next year.
Come on, Split Push, and you win a world championship, boys.
That's what I'm saying.
That's true.
So, Splyce, you want to come back on here, right before Worlds next year again, Cabom? Can I get that commitment?
Sure, dude. You can pencil me in.
All right, he's committed.
All right. So, I don't even know where to start. You know what, Dan? Ask him a question or something. I'm fangirling over here a little bit. Just reminiscing already.
When you guys were in the fifth game, when that first game started, how did you guys feel?
After the draft, we were feeling really good. I mean, we got some pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm pretty sure everyone saw our draft and we were like, yeah, we really like our comp. That looks pretty good. And then the game was like fine. Like we weren't like in a bad position early. So I don't know. We felt pretty good about it going into like 10, 15 minutes. And then we sort of started blowing it open.
Yeah, we saw that with the Gold Fury straight to the Fire Giant.
Yeah.
That was quite a sick play, honestly. As soon as I saw that, I was like, "Oh, this game is so fucking theirs. I know it."
Yeah.
Did you guys bait them into the rat pick? Was that a bait there?
I'm pretty sure that they just got some pretty nasty nerves on stage with their picks, because I can't think of any reason why. Because Ice is pretty sick at Merc. I don't know why they didn't. I think they just didn't pick it because they thought we wouldn't for some reason. I don't know.
It threw me off when they picked Rat instead of Merc. I was like, what are they doing?
Especially because of the game before, right? We had picked Rat, and after like 15 minutes, he didn't play the game, right? So we were like, we don't want to play that character.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm not really sure what happened.
It was definitely interesting. I mean, it was back and forth for the other four games. And then that fifth game, like everyone, it must have been on your side. Oh, this draft is really good. And then it was just a push. It was just an iceberg just straight towards their Titan the entire game.
Yeah, dude, that's what I loved about the fifth game was I had to go upstairs, go to the bathroom, came back down, and the first three picks were in on either side, and Beagle's like, they won, they got Freya. And I'm looking at him like, yeah, but they got Raging on the other side, and he did really well with him earlier, so, I'm gonna say, yeah, you're probably right, but I'm gonna throw some benefit of the doubt in here. And then I watched the final 4 picks come in. I'm like, they gave them Mercury? This is game over now.
We have Terra, we have Merc, we have Freya, we have Opwash. It was like nice.
Getting Fenrir and Mercury
again and
is your
Opwash
last
again.
two.
Those were crazy picks. I couldn't believe a lot of that stuff went through. The Freya pick, I couldn't believe they didn't take Freya or ban Freya there, but
yeah.
I just can't believe they kept giving Aurora Fenrir. I mean, he was just destroying with him.
Yeah, I mean, Aurora's just sick at a lot of characters. So
I mean, that Phoenix defense in Game 4 was, well, Beagle thought it was boring, but I thought it was intense.
Oh, when he grabbed Collis.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It's weird. We personally don't think Fenrir is actually that good. But a lot of EU players don't build Magi's, which is the way that you make Fenrir super not good. So,
right.
Because if you saw at the end of that game, right, the siege that they were successful on is when like 4 of them had Magi's. Like, what's Aurora supposed to do, really?
Right.
But they could have done that like before they even started sieging the first time, then he would have been useless. So.
I kind of like the darkness of night when you guys pop that and they all pop their ults and relics and nobody did anything. It was just the darkness of night. I was like, oh, that was the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. I think that's like because after that game, I think a lot of people thought we'd be rattled, but like they were doing so many strange things. Like you said, like that one X-Ball ult where he literally just went right into Raijin ult. It was like. All right, I guess.
Yeah. You guys are all standing there like, let's just not engage. Look, they're going with it. Yeah, they think we're there.
Yeah, it's like, all right. Like, I get it. I don't know.
Yeah, I gotta say, last time you were on, I asked you, do you think there's maybe any, like, surprise things we hadn't seen really before? And then Fenrir all week.
Yeah, that was something that came out during the qualifier. We actually didn't practice that until, like, 2 or 3 days before we left the boot camp for Worlds.
Was it just abusing a mechanic or an item somewhere that really made it work, or was it just that duo lanes become this really aggressive lane and Fenrir was good in there with someone backing him up?
Well, a lot of the supports that were getting played were really susceptible to just getting Fenrir ulted and dying instantly.
Mm-hmm.
So Fenrir made a lot of sense. Plus, a lot of the characters that people were playing as ADCs too, like he was pretty good against. And since there's like Lonos Mass now, like you could become reasonably tanky and still like have impact on the fights.
Right.
So I don't know that he was as sick as he was prioritized at Worlds for us included, but he did his job. So
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, the poor Guardians on the enemy team. I mean, if you're a Guardian in duo lane, if you take beads, you're just killing your team with that relic choice.
If you get like a relic that's not, I don't know, literally anything else than beads, then you're pretty sad.
Yeah. The other thing is there was one downside to this Worlds, Dad.
What's that?
You won Worlds where Loki was involved.
Loki was involved?
Yep. In the not in near league,
you
but
guys
in the college league.
Oh, we
in
did,
the college league, Meerkat
I was just sitting there like,
Loki has a 100% Worlds win rate. Because that one game, I think we were all just yelling at the computer for the entire match.
Yeah, I mean, were you guys actually considering Loki, or were you guys just trolling?
We had practiced with Loki a bit. We weren't considering it in that draft in particular, but it has been something that we had practiced. Yeah.
Oh, God, if I'd seen that, I don't know what I would
have done. Yuki play Loki.
No,
just want to throw that out.
No.
Hashtag Yuki play Loki or hashtag Luki. Yes.
Yes, let's make that a thing, so I'm not the only one with a hashtag that we need.
So, Cabom. They want me to play.
You know what
Loki
I want to ask about? Your strategy of bringing the solo lane into the duo lane at the start of the game.
Right.
That was just pretty hype, and we've even used that a few times now to actually, I think, pretty good success.
Yeah. So that strategy, we originally came up with it because Cyclone was sick of people standing at tower line and scrims before the game started, so he started having Divios come over to kill them. And then we were like, this is pretty sick, we get their buffs after that, so let's just do it.
Let's just do it. Oh, yeah. Let's just do it.
So the thing about that strat that I think a lot of people are having a hard time understanding why it was good, which is like if you look at the graphs, we're losing after we do it. But the thing is if you get dual lane behind and they can't ever get their buffs, like their dual lane's literally not able to play the game. So even though the graphs say that we're not like in a winning position, their dual lane can't play the game, which means that we have more people that are actually able to contribute to a fight than they do.
Right.
It's just it looks bad on paper, but you're just putting that one lane behind, and it's dual lane, so you're putting 2 people behind coming into mid game.
And we're playing like solo laners with Guardian's Blessing, so you'll just catch up eventually. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
So game 2, you guys are down 10-3. I think you're down about 3,000 or 4,000 gold. What turned around there, and you guys were able to turn it around and come back and win that game?
Mm-hmm. Did you say what turned it around?
What'd you guys turn it around? How'd you guys turn that around? And
Cyclone literally just walked into mid lane and killed them. If Cyclone wasn't Freya, we would have lost that. I don't know. So what happened? The big turnaround play, right? So the first, I think, kills 6 to like 10, right? That was when Ice dove between T2 and he like literally one-shot Cyno. He killed Moswall. I think Aurora died somewhere in the mix of all that. And at that point, I'm like, oh, this is going to be a pretty short finals. That feels pretty bad. And then what ends up happening is, for whatever reason, Wolfie and Collis in mid, after we finally get back to our lane, right, they just decide to go on Moswall with a Cage and Jonquil ult. And, like, they don't kill him very fast at all. Ice tries to come in, and by the point that he's coming in, Cyclone's decided to make his grand appearance, and he just one-shots everyone. And then
Freya's fine.
Yeah, exactly. And then after that, we got control of the game back in the game where we really didn't have any business being in, right? So they definitely like made the choice to not win that game, unfortunately.
Yeah, it definitely momentum swings are big. I mean, watching the tournament in whole kind of reminded me of back when I used to watch football. Is just like doesn't matter who your team is on paper. Any given Sunday, anybody can win, especially when momentum's on your side.
Yeah, exactly.
Talking about Cyclone, that game 2, he runs out of mana and runs straight at Deathwalker, hits him with a couple basic attacks, and goes up to his ult, and just, it was insane.
Yeah. Cyclone is really good decision making.
Yeah, that sounds like some crazy shit I would try to do and die for, but he made it work.
That's the thing about Cyclone. He does all that stuff that you think looks real dumb, but he does it and it works, and you're like, okay. Sounds good.
Okay, feels good. Good job. Don't try this at home, kids.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness. Dude, it was just so hype. I mean, I was so excited. It was like I was rooting, for my old favorite football team. I know I called out some predictions just, to call shit out and, and pick some other teams, and root for some underdogs. But deep down, once the game started, I was pulling for you guys 100%. And I was just like, man, I'm like reliving it all again. Like, just how did it feel, at the end when game 5 was over? There's their Titan fallen. I mean, you guys just had such command of that last game. Was there anything in particular that really drove you guys through that last game? Just I mean, I know you said about you had a good draft, but I mean that you were just so dominant in that last game.
Yeah. Well, we knew that we should have won game 4, right? We had that fight where we chased Collis right into solo lane side, and we killed him with Divios, and then everyone got piled onto our carries, and their actives were like just coming up, but they weren't up yet. But we picked that fight knowing that our actives weren't up. So our actives come up as we die, and then they get fire. But before that happened, we were like 5k up, and we were about to have a game-winning fight to go towards fire. So we knew that was for one, we knew that we were supposed to win that game, so we didn't feel too bad about that. And we defended for like an hour, and Divios and Cyno were literally like the most useless characters ever past like 20 minutes. So we went into the draft and we realized that they were like, I don't know, a lot of teams were like super, super worried about Naja, like rightfully so, right? But like, I don't know, once you start drafting around like the gods that we're good at and trying to take away the stuff that we're good at, you're already kind of playing our game. So we felt like that we were in control of everything going into it, I would say. So
yeah, forcing someone to pick something that they're not used to comparatively.
Right. So the fact that they had to make choices that were easy for us to make, I think that put us in a really good position. Plus, in Rivals' defense too, right? Like, there's a lot more pressure on them. Like, it's their second time in the World's Finals, like, and it's Game 5. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure
rough.
that they are really feeling it at that point. And at the end of the day, going last to taking the world champions to Game 5 is still not a bad storyline, right? Like,
Yeah,
No,
I really hope we don't see any big roster changes from them. They're a solid team, and you know you've got like Trifecta looked pretty strong this year. They're coming up. They're a baby team by comparison. You guys came out of left field. It'll be interesting next year. I'm hoping, and because this is just from experience from the last few years that I've been playing and watching, that the teams really break up a lot between seasons. I hope we don't see that quiet as much.
Well, the unfortunate reality, I'm pretty sure, is that the teams, because there's going to be people that are willing to move for Season 6 or whatever, and people that aren't, so
Yeah,
there's going to be a lot of intermingling.
Yeah. That seems to be quite the big storyline right now.
Yeah.
That's for sure. I saw F. had a post out there today, like, look, there's a lot of bad info out there and just general lack of knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
If you got questions, at me. I will tell you everything down to what's on McDonald's menu here.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on the whole, like, every game being played LAN and stuff like that?
I think I could get more on board with the whole thing if, like, there was an EU hub, right? Like, I really don't think it's fair that European players have to move to America. I think that's asking a lot. If you look at their base salary, like, obviously it's nothing to like shake a stick at, right? But you're uprooting your whole life. You can't get back to your family. Like, let's say, you know, that's something I'm concerned about. Right? Like, if my grandma gets sick and is in bed, I have to drive 8 hours home. Imagine if that happens to them and they have to fly like 18 hours, get a crazy flight. There's so many things that can go wrong, right? And then they have to worry about like getting healthcare for themselves, all that other stuff. They have so many things that they have to worry about that I don't think it's fair for them. I do, however, think that people in North America, I mean, unless you have like a previous obligation that you don't feel comfortable abandoning, right? Like if you're in school, I don't think that you should necessarily abandon school.
Definitely.
If you are about to start a career, I think that if your career is like your dream career, right? Then that should be your priority. If you for some reason feel like you're in a long-term relationship and you feel like moving would be a detriment to that, I think that's a valid reason for concern. But I've seen a lot of pros talking about how like they don't think moving to Georgia and playing in the pro league would be like good for their resume. I guess it depends on what you're applying for, but I'm pretty sure being the best in the world at something and making money in like a job that people don't know about is a pretty good discussion point in an interview.
Yeah. I mean, coming from a professional atmosphere career where I've interviewed a lot of people, look, you can go to good school, have all this shit, and I'll tell you what, the people that had the best resumes and, you know, all that, you know, what looked good on paper wasn't who performed good in this on the floor. It was the people that overachieved and were the best at even if it's a video game like this. You know, those are the people that have that mentality to overachieve and to really put their heart into something. Those were the people that I looked for to hire.
Right, and that's like a personality trait that shows through your accomplishment and your extracurricular. I feel like maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like even if that wasn't the impression from the interviewer, you would still be an applicant that like came up in their mind, right? Like you weren't just the typical, you know, here are my credentials, this is why you hired me.
Yeah. I'm wondering if there's going to be, coming into season 6, if there's going to be enough pressure on Hi-Rez that maybe they set up, like maybe not as lavish and as nice as the facility in Georgia, but maybe something somewhere in Europe. I mean, it doesn't look like they're going to do that, but I mean, what are they going to do if half their player base or that pro base leaves?
So I wouldn't say that I agree with this mentality, but I think there's weight to it in that a lot of pro players, and this includes obviously Europeans, aren't necessarily producing the content that gives back to Smite what they're being paid, right? Like they play the pro games, and that's about as much as they do, right? So for the investment that Hi-Rez is putting in, I don't necessarily think, or at least that's the opinion of people who've said this, that they are getting their payout. They're not getting back anything from what they're putting in. So and maybe it's not the end of the world if those pro players are gone, depending on who is gone. But I don't know. I don't think they will quit Smite. They might quit playing professionally, but I think that there will be players who don't want to leave Europe that will stay and play SML and try to qualify that way.
Right.
I think moving towards moving towards season 7, I think they will look to make improvements to this system.
I think so.
It feels like that this was
kind of like a rip off the
phase
Band-Aid
1
moment.
Yeah, it feels like maybe almost desperate. I don't really want to use that term because it kind of sounds like a doomsayer thing, right? But like it feels like they wanted to do something and they felt like they needed to do it, so they said, consequences be damned. Like this is what's best for the league, and this is what we're gonna do.
Just rip the Band-Aid off. Look, there's going to be some pain here, but there's going to be some healing and growth too. So, just for those that leave, look, I'm sorry to see, good players leave. And, we've already seen, a few people make that announcement. But in the end, that just opens up the door for opportunity for new players to step up and new favorites to be born.
Exactly.
After all, it's a sport. Does anybody watch football, or baseball or hockey or basketball? And does the team stay the same every year?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
No. Free agency, that happened,
Mm-hmm.
People retire, people, lose the mojo or just, you get all kinds of different things, we don't really see injuries, in Smite, but, we saw, this season, a health concern come into play, and that changed things, going into Worlds. So there's all kinds of things. Look, I hate to break it to you, kids. Change happens. Yeah. You either roll with it or you get stuck in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Let's dive into some of these guest questions here.
Let me ask you one more question. How did we always hear that EUs were so much better than North America. How did it feel to beat 3 EU teams in the Worlds?
So
and handily too. You whooped up on Dig and
so that Dig set was awesome. I don't know why, but for whatever reason, I picked Dig as one of my they're the bad guy team. Not that I have anything personally against them, but it's a sports. You got teams you like, teams you don't like.
Yeah. So that is definitely a common thing that people talk about, I guess. We've never really thought that way. As far as we were concerned, EU teams were just other teams that had never played us before, and that usually works in our favor because we're a team that I feel like you can't easily beat your first few times seeing, because we do a lot of stuff that's kind of weird and we play really aggressively. You can see in a lot of team fights that we took in the sets, the team fights weren't really in our favor or even any good for us, but we would take them anyway and just fight back, and we would win more often than we wouldn't. I don't know. I think, honestly, it was probably harder for EU teams to adjust to what we were doing than NA, because we had scrimmed against Trifecta and EU United a lot, so if we had met them in the finals, it would have been, harder in a different way. They would have known our picks and our bans, and we would have had to, play smarter in terms of how we chose to be aggressive. I feel like I think EU players are used to sort of stable games, and we've sort of learned to accept that we cause a lot of unstable situations that are very uncomfortable to play.
So you just use the chaos factor.
Yeah, pretty much.
And pick Neja.
Neja, yeah. Oh my god, I can't believe he kept going through.
God, everyone makes fun of us for killing the tanks, but it's just so easy. Especially with Neja.
Yeah, freaking Season 5 tanks. Yay.
Walking relics, as the quote goes.
The tanks have been a little weak this season. I'm hoping that that's one of the small tweaks that they make going in the next season, is to kind of fix them a little bit, because it's just wonky. I go from times where I'm I can be tanky as hell with this build, in one game, and the next game I feel like a wet paper towel.
Yeah, I understand that.
So, hey Beagle, why don't you fire up some of the community questions here? We'll work them in around, and then we'll wrap up with any questions we feel like we missed. Hello, Beagle?
Earth to Beagle?
Uh-oh.
Hear her scream, Dan?
No.
Biggs is dead.
I think she's dead.
All right, well, you go check on her.
I'll start it up.
Why don't you fire up some guest questions, and I'll go see if she's
There you go.
Yeah, sure.
All right. So first one up is Give Me Merlin. So VO, I would assume.
Yep.
Do you like jazz?
Do I like jazz?
What's going on?
What?
Are you not listening anymore?
I do
know
like
this?
jazz, but I could not tell you any musicians or songs that I particularly like. It is something I just play in the background if I'm going to use it at all.
Right.
I'm sorry, do you hear this going on behind you?
I do.
What, did you say my name?
I didn't hear that.
What?
VO continues.
I don't know. I didn't hear my name.
Who was Shiny
All right,
saying? VO
Beagle.
continues on. How long did you, the pros, and teams know about the Season 6 changes from happening?
Season 6 changes.
Yeah, like they tell you guys like ahead of the reveal?
Yeah, I think we probably knew in July. I think that's probably when we started having that conversation, either July or August.
Right. Presumably under like an NDA.
Yeah. And then if I'm coming back, I'm coming back next year. I am definitely moving. I'm ecstatic to go. I'm probably one of like
be
the
so
people.
close.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come harass you one day.
I don't
He's
mind.
like, no.
Bring the doggos with you.
Of course I am. Yeah, that was one of the when we were like
Yeah.
negotiating our contracts. Right, I was like, I need to be able to bring my dogs. You need to find an apartment where that's possible, or a house. I
Hell
don't
yeah.
care what it is. Like just
Now, is that what it's going to be? Is it going to just be apartments, or is it going to be a team house, or?
I'm not sure. I'm supposed to disclose that. I think it's dependent.
Oh, okay.
It's dependent
I got
on
you.
org though. There's apartments available. Which if a team was going to do that and bring their coach, you'd have 2 3-man or 3 2-man apartments. Or you can get a big house. I think there is probably an argument if you want to have like I don't know infrastructure in Atlanta. I don't know that I don't know if Smite's the game that you want to do it for, but a house is something that you could use to like reinvest in other ways. I don't
right.
know. But if
Atlanta's
that's
growing a lot.
Yeah, Atlanta is growing.
All right, Beagle, what's the doctor got to say?
All right.
Did you hear me that time?
Yes. Shut up. All right. Stuff is happening.
Hashtag make Beagle read.
Was there any strategies that you had in your back pocket that you didn't get to use at Worlds? And if so, would you be so kind as to let us know what it was?
I think the only thing that we didn't get to do was we had a strat where if people started copying our start, we were going to pick a high pressure mid and jungle and invade their speed because there was only going to be 2 people there and we were going to kill them, and then we were going to go from speed to their red and then take their whole jungle that way. But I mean, it's just an alteration of what we were already doing. I don't think we had anything in particular that we didn't run. I guess the only god we didn't play that would have been interesting was we were going to run Kabrakan into like Opwash and Zeus, but nobody wanted to play them, so I don't know. But I think that's about all that we had left in the tank, really.
Alright. Next, from Failure by Design on Twitter, what was the team's best or worst memory or experience at the Summer House?
Throwing it back if you want to.
So the absolute worst experience, this is actually Roy's friend Greg, and he was there for our worst experience. It was when we lost to LG. Yeah, everyone was really, really upset when we lost to LG. Realm Royale had come out that week, so there was a lot more Realm Royale played than Smite. And then we got kind of pounded, and then we were mad. We were real mad. Best memory was probably to I think my favorite memory, me and Aurora would, like, after scrims, we actually would go to the beach and just hang out and just talk about the games and, like, life and stuff. So, like, individually, that was probably my favorite memory. As a team, I think when we beat SSG for the first time, we went out to, like, this, like, little, like, bar, and we just, like, got food and hung out. We're, like, being belligerent. It was pretty fun.
Being belligerent.
They weren't drinking.
Nice,
I want to preface that.
They were. I didn't get them the alcohol.
They were not drinking, but we were being loud and rowdy.
There's young hormones in action, right?
Exactly.
Yep, there it is.
Next up, we got Kella0932 on Twitter. Sorry if I said that wrong. I think it would be cool to hear the origin story of the team, whether it be a lengthy and complex or short and simple, and the transitions or challenges between the new and old players in the team.
Okay. So the start of it is going to be me trying to remember, because I was like the last person to be brought on the original roster, which was Aurora, Best, Divio, Cyclone, and Yuji. So basically what happened was, they literally asked Cyclone, like, hey, do you want an ADC? And Cyclone was like, I will try some games. And then they were pounding United before Worlds, apparently, last year. So they were like, okay, this is sick, let's do that. And then we started practicing for Season 5, and we realized that things were not clicking pretty late into it. We were trying to give it a real shot. And so we were like, okay, we need to get rid of Yuji. And we got Sino because Sino was pounding in the scrims we were playing against him, so we figured he would be sick. And then, what else happened? Then after Spring Split and Summer Split, we ended up replacing Best and getting Moswell. As far as new players interacting with old players, Moswell got initiated, I guess. He just gets blamed for everything because he's the new guy. He gets flamed a lot. I don't know. He takes it in stride, though. He's a good man. As far as interactions between the team, there's a lot of arguing, a lot of anger, a lot of yelling, but it's productive. So, I mean, I don't know. You can't complain too much, I guess. But
Dude, teams never yell at each other or get angry with each other, right, guys?
Yeah.
Never.
Fuck you, Yuki.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Dan.
You're playing Loki, Yuki.
Fuck you, Dad.
All right.
Sound like
All
the
right.
next question.
Next question from Merkin Zombie. What god is going to get the new Splyce skin?
Ooh, can you divulge that information?
I don't even think we have a inkling of what we're doing for that. I think Hi-Rez, from what I understand about the process, they give you like an option, right, between like a few characters, and we haven't even gotten to that part yet. So we are not even in the beginning of the process of figuring that out right now.
So if you could pick, just arbitrarily, who would you like to give it to?
I'm not sure. It'd have to be a god that does good with the animations of like having like snakes and stuff, because the reality is at the end of the day our team colors are just like legendary reskin colors. So
can I throw one out that I seen?
Sure.
It was a Geb skin.
Yeah, the Geb one looked good.
Snake wrapped up around and then for the head, I thought that looked dope.
Yeah, he sneaked in some sneaky blue though. I don't know where the blue was supposed to be coming from. It looked nice for sure. I don't know. I don't know what we end up doing.
Could just make Naja and his sash that flies around him is a snake.
Yeah, I mean, Sino already got MVP, right? I think we gave him enough of an ego. I also I think there's a strong argument for Naja for sure, but you gotta let the team have a little bit of the glory too. I think. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
For sure.
Need an upwash skin. That's all I need.
If I recall correctly, I think we even called Sino being the MVP last episode we talked.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
probably.
I'm pretty sure
because of Naja.
All right, Guy. What questions did you pull out of the social media world?
Okay, we have from Abnormal B. Were you surprised Bravo gave you those gods in the 5th match at finals?
Yes.
And did you know you were going to win at the pick ban phase?
Yes.
At that point in time. Yes. Hell yeah.
Both are yes. So like, the scary thing, right, was like, we were pretty sure they weren't going to pick Opwash because when they played it, they didn't win, and when we played it, they didn't win. So it seemed like they were going to like let it go. But if they had picked Raijin and Terra, I think we would have had a much sadder game because Raijin and Terra is like kind of busted. In the game that we had it in game 3, we won a fight literally because we Terra ulted and put a Raijin 2 on someone, and we blew everyone up just with that in a fight that we were like losing. And they were able to do that too. But Shibalanke was a bait, and that said, everyone was like, we got a first pick, first ban that. And then we did it in game 4, and we were like, that was bad. We are not going to do that again. And yeah. Because we were like, if they pick Naja, it doesn't matter. And it didn't matter. What mattered was that we had Rat. So.
Yeah.
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 But yeah, I don't know. We saw our characters and we were like, these are all pretty good. And we saw their characters and they were like, those are like okay.
Okay.
And we were like, okay, we're just gonna win instead. That was it.
We're just gonna win instead.
Yeah, it was really a weird pick. The Nike pick was really strange. It was.
Yeah, we banned the characters.
Weird.
I think. I mean, when I talked to Alpha Jackal at the after party, he said that when we banned Ama, that was when we won. So I guess he wanted to play Ama. I don't know. That's that was sort of like a ban that we just because we were trying to figure out if we wanted to ban Fenrir or not, because what we were worried about is if we didn't ban Fenrir and we didn't ban a Wheelix, then what could happen is they hold their pick and we pick Fenrir and then they get a Wheelix afterwards, and we didn't want to have both because we already were thinking that we didn't want a Wheelix. So what would happen is we would get pounded because we had Fenrir into a Wheelix, and then if we banned a Wheelix, they would just pick Fenrir, and then we wouldn't have a support because they already had Artio. So, yeah, we were just thinking about it real long and hard because that was like the longest part of our draft phase for the entire tournament. And then I was like, if you guys don't want to ban either of those because it doesn't seem like it's good, then let's just ban like Ama or something because he likes it and we have nothing else to ban. And that's what we did.
Yeah, I think
the
pick
ended
ban
up being
phase
in your favor for sure, I guess.
The pick ban phase was just as exciting as the games were in itself.
Yeah,
it is amazing how much that comes into play there. It's like a chess game that goes. It's a whole other game mode, just the picks and bans, and then you get your whole next game after that where you actually have to play with them. Then,
yeah. Yeah, I don't know. The tricky thing, everyone made it sound like it was like a lot better. I mean, we had good picks, and bands, and all that stuff. Don't get me wrong, but it was only because we knew exactly what we wanted to do. We didn't really give too much weight to what other teams were doing. The only team that we were really worried about was Obey, is because they actually played Opwash. But other than that, I mean, it was just focusing on what we wanted to play and what we wanted to do. Which is what I think a lot of other teams started trying to like deal with what we were doing instead of playing the game they wanted to.
All right. The next one we got is from Metrics. He says, why the Geb priority over Terra? Purely preference, or is it some other reason?
Divios was just feeling it.
I was going to say, can we just say that Divios fucking rocks with Geb?
Yeah.
Get it? Yeah.
Well, the big joke, right, was we were like getting pounded in scrims before Worlds, and he was just mad. So he just picked Geb because he was raging at us, and then it was like kind of good. And we were like,
Dude,
let's just do it, I guess.
Get mad more
Some
often.
of that
find
Geb
those
play
picks.
was damn. I was impressed, and then it was like, all right. Then I think they permabanned Geb after that, didn't they?
Yeah, it was after the second or third game that he got permabanned. I don't even remember. It was the second game, wasn't it? Because the third game he played Terra against Odin. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man.
Geb
Funny how that shit works out
man.
sometimes.
I felt bad for the Odin picks. Like, he was banned so much the whole tournament by every team.
Yeah.
And then here he makes his appearance, and while they had some good plays with him, the cages were just horrible. They were just not where they needed to be. So often, and I mean, I get it. I love Odin and hate Odin at the same time because he's so finicky. You got to be on like
667 club, baby.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Odin was really
my
good.
My favorite moment there, though, was when Moswell got caught in a cage as Raging and just said, "I'll fear you."
Yeah.
God, that was a hype play when Moswell had no HP.
I don't know. That was a strange. I don't know why he was going so hard alone. That I remember looking at that and I was like, "That's." First off, I was mad at Moswell for jumping before Odin jumped. I was like, "You have to be kidding me, dude." Like, he didn't even turn around and auto the shield. He was just like, "I'm gonna take the whole thing." I was like, "Okay."
Okay.
Like the fact that Deathwalker was even able to jump in and almost kill someone. We had 4 people there was a not good moment. It was not good. But yeah, I don't know. It was very. I don't know. Deathwalker doesn't build as tanky as other people, so it was very strange that he was willing to dive like that.
Go big, go home.
That's right. All right. The next one we have is from John Martinez. He says, "Is Nike a good solo pick?"
So everyone's gonna like laugh and stuff, but we Nike was like a pick that we were considering playing at that tournament. Like, she wasn't as high as the other ones, obviously, but she's good at living and being annoying. Like,
God, yes.
That's all we wanted Divios to do. So everyone that's like flaming rival for the god, like, she's pretty good.
She definitely knows how to stay alive. That shield is pretty hefty.
Yeah, I mean, Aurora was the only person building Sunder. If we didn't have Sunder and we weren't super fed compared to the Nike, she probably wouldn't have just popped like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was an odd pick.
How did you get in here, you little bugger? I'll be right back.
Don't kick me out.
Leave Dan alone, Yuki. Go play Loki or something.
All right. The next one we got is from Kevin John. Oh, man, I don't even know how to say your last name, bud. I'm not going to do it. So we have just Kevin. We'll just call you Kevin John. Is there really a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow?
No. No.
Nope.
Just more work.
Yeah, no, that rainbow, you never get to the end. It just keeps moving further and further away into the distance.
And you think you get close, and then it just keeps going. It's like, all right, cool.
Weird flex, but okay.
That's going to wrap up the community questions. Does anybody else have any questions?
I got one. Obviously, aside from the final moment of winning, what to you was your most memorable spot of the tournament?
I sound like such a bully when I do these. So my favorite moment was when the second game against Dig, Trix just randomly jumped into us at level 1, and we just killed him, and I look over and he's just like slaps his head.
Poor Trix.
And unfortunately for him, that was going to be the story of the rest of his game, because we had Geba Wheelix, so we just kept killing him.
Yeah. I don't think that's mean. I mean, everyone makes mistakes.
There was a moment when you guys picked Mercury. It was showing Wolfie, and he didn't look too happy about that pick. So
no, I'm sure.
I'm not sure what was being said in their comms, but he did not look happy.
I'm sure it was. Oh shit! They play Mercury. It was. Yes, we do.
I think it was probably something along Golden Blade my ass.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Thank God that's getting fixed.
Oh God.
My last question is definitely is there anything as players you're hoping to see coming into the beginning of season 2? Like any changes that you hope Hi-Rez does for the for Game State?
I think if you ask most of the players on my team, obviously we just won Worlds, so it's a pinch of salt, but the Game State isn't that bad, I don't think. Our biggest complaints would probably be Opwash is outrageous.
Yeah.
And Mercury's Golden Blade thing is not good for the game. I think if there were changes to be made that I would like to see, I would like to see that the jungle camps don't instantly die to literally everyone. Because Golden Blade obviously just makes the problem much more apparent, but they are literally made of paper. So I think if you weren't able to just run around and one-shot camps, and then it's the gameplay is really fast-paced, which I think is maybe enjoyable to watch, but it does seem almost trivial. Like you might as well just have like experience spooling instead of actually having to kill the camps, because killing them requires literally 0 brain power.
Just walk in and touch it and you get the XP.
I know I've playing the support a lot of times. I'm like, oh Dan, yeah, he's coming across the jungle. I'll meet you at purple, buff on my way out, and I'm coming out as Kumba. I raise my club up. I'm running in. He hasn't even attacked the camp yet. And before my club comes down, the camp's already dead. I'm just like, well,
exactly.
Damn.
And like as like a support, like if you're like, I'm gonna go defend my buff, you're like, just kidding, it is already dead.
Yeah, just kidding, it's already gone. But I was here in time to get the timer, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know.
Pick that shit up so I can get the timer at least.
Exactly. Opwash is fine. I mean, I don't know what you guys are talking about.
No,
Shut up, 10
Opwash
stars.
is so stupid. That was the most mind-blowing thing of the whole tournament, is that he wasn't like, everyone wasn't just picking him and trying to kill everyone. I don't know.
Yeah, he seemed to have, for the pro players, it seems like Opwatch came out of nowhere. Meanwhile, us trashy plebs are sitting here going, please, dear God, why does he do so much damage?
Why are you buffing him?
I got a triple kill in rank.
Why are you buffing him more?
Yeah, no, when he got that buff, that was like right before Fall Split started. We literally were all like, he is the most broken god in the game. And then we literally got him every single game almost in Fall Split. Like
I was disappointed when they made his alt go through player deployables. I mean, I'm here as Ymir thinking, dude, that's a skill shot and a huge save for me, for my team, to be able to throw a wall up and block some of that, or whatnot. But now it just goes right through, or at least let me wade through as a tank and I'll take the hit, and my carry can come in behind me. No, it goes right through me now.
Yeah, I was playing a ranked game the other day, Conquest, and I got dove by 3 guys, and I just dropped my ult. They killed me, but they all died.
Yeah, that's what I mean though. Like, what's the counterplay to Opwash ult? You can't get around a wall that's in the game. You can't deploy a wall. You can't kill him. The only answer is literally to kill him before he presses 4. And that was actually the biggest problem with the people that played Opwash that weren't us, is they didn't press 4 fast enough. All you have to do... well, here was the thing, right? If you watch Wolfie play it, one thing he didn't do was get Obshard, which was sad. And the other thing that he didn't do was, when he would cast it, he would turn around to run away, and then ult in the direction he was running. You just are supposed to throw it at the people that are running at you, so they can't keep moving forward. You don't run it. You don't throw it in the direction you want to run. That doesn't make any sense. But at the same time, it was because we were literally practicing that god every day to the point where Mozal wouldn't play it in scrims.
So. To me, that is what Smite is all about, though. It's playing counterplay. And there's a few things in there that you can't counterplay against right now. I think that's one of them. I think that's why, Yuki hates Loki, because how do you counterplay against something that you don't even know is there? And by the time you get to react, you're dead. And,
or you have to use both your relic and hope
Discord,
to God
boys,
doesn't
I keep telling you. Just
catch
keep
up.
Discord.
Well, exactly. Yeah, he's actually right, by the way. If you just get defense and you have wards, and you guys are like, the way you beat Loki is communication.
Yeah, well, and I get that 100% as the guy who hates Loki for this reason. Is 100%.
You're going to play him.
Yeah, 100% is I agree. The more, but
you hear that? He said he agrees that he's going to play.
I agree that you're wrong. And part of that, when you're not playing in a 5-man all the time, or it's when you have the one random person or the ward placement. And a lot of that is us as players aren't good enough to deal with it. But even then, I mean, the amount of damage at level 20 that Loki can do is I've built a, like Nox with defense and just get popped. And I mean, like, Spear of the Magus is like my only offensive item. And get popped. And it's like, this is fun.
As I like to say, surprise, Loki, I'll be back.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even get mad at it anymore. As a matter of fact, I like playing against him to a certain extent, because I like when you win against him. I seen one the other day. It was Tier. This was on Facebook, I think, or maybe Twitter. But it was just a clip. He was running back his lane and there was I think maybe a Terra chasing behind him, and he's like, sometimes you just know when there's a Loki there.
Yeah.
And just out of nowhere, Tyr uses his dash, and you just see the numbers start to fly up. He done plucked the Loki, threw him up, killed him. It was fucking great.
I think that's
and
you just hit
seen
on what I think
Ra
is-
do it too in a duel. He's like, all you see was Ra's at the tower. He throws his beam at the minions, and you just see Loki in the very far background coming running towards his tower, and the Ra shifts into the jungle, and then he waits like a half second, and then he ults. Fucking clips the invisible Loki in front of his tower. By that time, his beam's back up, hits him with that. He's dead. It's fucking great. It was great plays. I wish I should have write the names down.
And you hit on what I think is the broken thing about Loki is he's got the only pet that's not destructible, and his invisibility only can be knocked out by hard CC.
Not true. You can banish his decoy.
Okay, you can banish the decoy. My bad. That doesn't destroy it. I can't auto it if I have enough attack speed and kill it. I can't, think of Calder, think of Argus, think of...
It should be kind of like Odin's shield. It does full damage with, if it sits there, and pops. But if you do damage to it, it does less.
Yeah, I could be okay with it doing full damage if it pops, period. But there's nothing I can do about it. It fucks up the minion wave. And I'm sorry, but you can do just about anything other than silence and stun. Loki doesn't take away his stealth. That's dumb.
But anyway.
That's our weekly Loki rant.
Yep. Brought to you by
By Yuki. Luki.
No.
Yep.
Nope.
He will play them.
You heard it first. World champion coach just told you buy defense and wards, baby.
Wait, what are wards?
Man. What am I going to do with you, Dan?
That's in the spirit
wards
of the
are in
Magus
League of
tree,
Legends, right?
Well, Cabom, it's been a joy. We're getting close to that hour mark. We're going to let you go so you can go die from convention flu.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, did you get the nerd flu at all?
Yeah, nerd.
I heard a lot of people got the nerd flu from Worlds.
Yeah, there was, I don't know, the way, so I'm not really a guy that hugs a lot. I'm more of a handshake guy if I don't know you. And that was not in the cards for me. So I got a lot of hugs from a lot of people I didn't know. And I am 100% sure that one of them got me sick, and whoever you are, I do not like you on a fundamental level.
Well, I appreciate you powering through it with us here for the first hour of Ye Olde Podcast and, answering all these questions and sharing the experience. I mean, it was great to call it. It was great to watch it happen. It was great to have you back. As a matter of fact, looking forward to having some of your team members there. We already got them. I'll drop the spoiler now. We got some of them lined up already.
Nice. That's good.
So, looking forward to that. Getting them on here. Definitely, good times, man. You're just really looking forward. I guess my one last question before you go.
Sure.
How intact is the team looking moving into next year?
Are we all staying together?
Yeah.
We actually had a conversation about that, and the answer is yes, we are going to stay together.
Hell
High five.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, so it should be good going into the next year.
Hell yeah,
All
can't
right,
wait.
man.
I'll be
I
rooting
hope you
for
feel
you.
better.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Appreciate
Yeah,
you coming
get better
back on,
quick.
Cabom.
All right, you guys.
I will definitely be buying my if they do the team bundles again next year. I will definitely be buying.
Hell
Splyce one early
yeah.
on.
Hell yeah.
100%.
Can't wait for my Splyce skin next year either.
That's right. Feel free to purchase it in any other gear you want from Splyce from Splyce.gg.
There you go. Hell
I'll
yeah.
be getting a job soon. I'll be purchasing plenty of Splyce stuff.
Oh, yeah, well, hey,
Where's my
good call.
browser?
Before you go, yes, throw out any of your plugs here. Be shameless, man.
Twitter is Cabom91. Twitch is twitch.tv/Caboms. Thanks to my team and my org and my family and everything else. I think that covers all the bases I'm supposed to hit on that one.
Nice.
Yeah, that'll do it for me, I think.
All right, man.
All
Go
right,
get
man.
better.
Peace out.
All right.
Have a good one.
Appreciate
Thank
you.
you.
See ya.
All right, folks. Well, that was great having Caboms on here again. I mean, I'm just talking about Worlds again. I'm sitting here just got a smile on from ear to ear as all these little memories from watching the Worlds as it comes flowing back.
Yeah, I watched it all today again. And, same feeling again today.
Definitely an honor to have him back, too.
Hell yeah, we really appreciate him coming back on.
And here, you know what? Let's. I spoiled it a little bit, but who we got coming on next week? Because our community challenge will be questions for the one, the only. Who is it, Guy?
Aurora.
Oh yeah.
Support for Splyce.
I just want to put this. This is an emergency PSA. Currently, the 2017 player jerseys on Splyce.gg are on sale for $45.
There you go.
Christmas.
Hit them up, man.
Like early Christmas
right
present.
the corner.
Early Christmas present to myself.
There you go.
I need that Moswall.
Dad, get on your fucking game. Let's go.
All right. Well, hey, time to move on to games of the week. We didn't forget. We're just going to get to it now.
Sorry.
Because I'm going to let Beagle kick off this week.
Oh, wait. I want to ask Beagle one question. Are you watching Supernatural right now?
Yes.
I knew it.
A commercial just ended, bro.
That's why you didn't hear your name called, because you were watching Supernatural.
Of course I would. It's
I
been
went up
weeks.
there. She's sitting there just happy as a clam, staring at Supernatural.
I was not happy.
I didn't hear my name. I was watching Dean.
No.
I didn't hear my name.
I think she was watching
busy
Sam.
listening to Sam
No,
and Dean.
that's not what's happening right now. They're not important.
Anyway, there was a game this week where we broke the Beagle. She laughed so hard. I laughed so hard. My chest hurt. I was crying.
I was crying.
It was just one of those moments. I mean, you almost had to be there, but I'm sure you're still going to enjoy this story. Go ahead, Beagle.
Okay, well, so we were playing an assault. I was Scylla, and I loved Scylla. She's so much freaking fun, and she is so strong. It's not even fair. But I got her in assault, and there was this Uller. Now, I don't this was a while ago, so I might miss some things in the story. If I do, Dad, say something.
Yeah, I will. It's vivid in my memory.
He was trying to poke at me early game, wasn't he? Like when we first got up there.
Mm-hmm.
And
you stood in his axe. You just stood still and were like, "Oh, I don't care if an Uller full hits me." He
runs up and dunk.
I was just shut up. I didn't care. It didn't mean anything. Whatever. It never did anything. But later on,
it burned one of our meds. Thank you very much. One of the randoms medsed you, so it did hurt a little bit.
Yeah, well, they didn't have to. All right. Anyway, shut up and let me tell this before I get distracted.
Oh, Sam.
There was at one point where he was so close to dead, and all I had to do was throw my crush at him. And I throw my crush, but I stop because I see a Capriole on him. He thinks he's funny. He thinks he can troll me and just stand in it and wait for me to pop it. You know what? I'm good. I'll wait. So I waited.
Was great.
He was starting to get nervous. He was moving around.
Everybody just stopped.
Yeah, everybody just stopped. We were all just watching. He was getting nervous. And so he started to try and back out. Too late. Capriole ended. Bam. Dead. And I almost peed myself.
Dude, it was just so funny because you could see the confidence in him as he just stood there as Uller in the middle of the crush. Go ahead. Crush my soul. It's protected by my Capri.
Yeah, I think at one point, when your character stands still, he puts his axes on his shoulders. He's just standing there yeah, do it. Bitch, do it.
Oh my God. It was so and this wasn't even the first time that she was patient with her crush this match. She went to crush the enemy Freya a little earlier on, and Freya went up into her ult, and Beagle's like, I got you.
Oh, wait.
Just come on back down. There you are. Crush.
I forgot about that. I forgot I did that too. I didn't kill her though, did I?
No, but we still got the giggles started with, that was a good play. And then, oh my goodness, just Uller standing. And then you literally see panic break out into him as he's starting to think that, shit, Capriol's going to drop before Crush is going to explode.
Her crush lasts way longer than Capriol. Oh, shit.
I'm slowed. I can't get out of this shit. He ran this way, he ran that way, and he barely moved at all. He was dead.
But the best part is that after the game, I messaged him and I was like, dude, I'm sorry, but me killing you there with that Capriol literally almost killed me in real life. Like, I was dying. He never answered.
I don't know. It was a he. Wasn't there a mom in the name?
Yeah.
Like mom power. I mean, I don't know.
It was mom power with numbers.
Dude, that was so great. But so we're dying. Like, we're literally like half not even able to play the game because we're laughing.
I had to step back in the tower. I even said stepping away for a moment, and I just sat there. I was screaming.
He died.
Like,
Beagle and I were like, I was playing Medusa. I'm literally right beside her. We both immediately VGS laughed. And VGS laughed the second time because we're just laughing in real life. Like, might as well laugh in game.
Dude, I sat behind tower spamming it because I was just crying. Like, I was screaming. I've never laughed so hard in my life. When I laugh super hard, I like scream, and I can't. I can't.
She does scream.
You know, you have to like get that audio from your freaking recording because you got that. You got to put that out there.
Remind me to clip that this week, and I'll throw it out there.
I will.
There were some other memorable moments in this game. So, Poseidon traded me for Medusa. I'm like, all right, I ain't going to complain about that. Actually, I was working on getting her to Diamond anyway. That might have been, actually, that was the first game I played her as Diamond. So I'm like, all right, high five. So we're in the fountain. I do my buy, get out of the menu, go to say hi. Hit the little bring up VGS button. Doesn't bring up VGS. Triangle to start to say hi. Pulls up my alt, uses it. And I'm just like, oh, fuck. The next thing I need, Poseidon just turns and looks at me, looks back out into the field, and there's the Kraken. I'm like, okay.
I was like, don't worry, Dad. He feels bad. He consolation ulted for you.
Sympathy alt. And then there was another moment. They had a pretty good Thor on their team. And he was picking on me a little bit. Because I was, being the good backline Medusa, doing my thing. And he dove me this one time. Fucked me up. Pretty good. Left me down to 47 hit points as I dash away. But as I dash away, as my team's desperately trying to come save me, he walls me in against the wall. I'm literally at the furthest most point of his wall, and the tip of it is right beside, or right into the side of the wall, and I'm pinned. And I'm looking down at my alt. I have 1 second blinking on it. And that, as you all know, who play this game, it could be flashing on 0, and it takes forever for it to come up. And I was just praying, and I didn't die. And when it went clear to use, I just spun around and threw it up. I had no idea where he was at, what was going on, but he had been intercepted by the team and he was kind of letting me go. But bam, Medusa alt. And I made myself a nice Thor statue there. It made my day. I was already laughing still from Beagle's brilliance. So, we just carried that on. It was such a fun game. Just from the very first sympathy alt in through all the great plays. It was a great game. It was a great win too. High five on that one. Any other games, Beagle?
Well, I don't remember who exactly was all in this game, but I know it was at least me, Dan, and Dicey. Oh crap, that's right. I can't pull that up, but maybe Alex. I think Alex was in there too. And then a random. The random locked in a hunter. I was still gonna play hunter, and we all just decided let's all play hunters and start Odysseus build. And that's what we did. And you want to know what happened? I got top everything except mitigated, and went 17, 0, and 22.
Oh yeah, I played Uller that game. I went like 15 and 3 or something.
That was an arena, right?
Yeah.
Most of the game, I think Dicey was top damage, but then I took that from him. I don't know, at the end, I just murdered a bunch of people. I had like 8 kills, and then I had 17.
So it was good to see Sasuke Gaming back in the mix.
What? Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to see Alex, Sasuke Gaming, back in the mix. My favorite moment was when he was playing Fenrir and he jumped into the enemy fountain and grabbed someone and was running out with them.
He even yelled, "Get out of your fountain!"
That was great.
That was pretty damn funny.
Yeah, that was a good one. How about you, Dan? How your game's been this week?
Well, I can confidently say that you shouldn't give me Uller and Duel after this morning. I hopped on, nobody was on, so I was like, alright, what the hell?
Really? Wow.
Okay,
that's
sorry,
amazing.
I think my Smite Guru got, fucked up, but alright.
Oh.
Anyway, came up with some weird virus site. Anyway, so I hopped on this morning, and nobody else was on. I was kind of sad. So I was like, well, I guess I'll just try some duels, whatever. I usually do alright. I usually let Anubis through and just play him. But I was like, you know what? I don't feel like dealing with Anubis today, either on my side or theirs. So I banned him, and I banned all the other OP shit, like Hebwa and Pele and all that crap. But I let Ul through every time. And I was like, I wonder how many times I can get it and how many are going to be a mirror match. Well, luckily none were mirror matches. But my first game of Duel, I got matched up against a Plat 2 bordered Sasano with a star, and I was like, well, GG, Brian D. This one's over. But I ended up going 8-0 and completely destroying him. He was ulting waves just to get XP. It was hilarious. And then I queued up again, let Uller through, got him again, another 8-0 victory against an Amaterasu. And then, poor guy, I queued up again and got the same guy that I just destroyed 8-0 as Uller. And he banned Uller, first ban, so that was pretty funny. And I was like, well, who do I play now? Because I banned all the good shit other than Uller. And he banned Uller. So I played Susano, because, Rexy fan, whatever. I ended up dying twice in that match because he caught me on my blue buff once like a jerk. And then the other death I think I basically gave to him because I was diving him under Phoenix because I was bored. I went 6-2 and won that game as well, so that was really fun. Duel's been fun. Played a couple jousts with Yuki and one with Guy. I did pretty damn good. I can't say that I had I can say, sorry, that I had some pretty damn funny bounces.
Yeah, dude.
The one on the Ratatasker was hilarious because I just wanted to shoot him. Like I just wanted to hit him. That was it. I didn't think there was a bounce to be had. I didn't think that it would do 900 damage and kill him. but it did. He just stood perfectly on this corner that I didn't even realize would bounce the way it did. And oh my god, funniest fucking thing. I just rounded the corner because he was on minis and I just shot it to shoot it and fucking killed him from like 3/4 health.
I was coming around and just like rat dead. I was like, what just... I thought you were clearing the buff. I had no idea Rat was there.
Yeah, my whole goal was go for minis, and he was on him, and I was like, oh, damn, so I'll shoot my one at him. Oh, okay. Yeah. So that was pretty funny. We had an Emir that game. That was a little crazy.
The Emir was insane.
He just fucking ran at him, dude. Just, that was it. All he wanted to do was just fight. Quack, quack, quack.
Yeah, it paid off because that was our Hui and Thoth game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. We're in the pick phase, and I'm like, I'm going with Thoth. He's the random's gonna be bad pick.
And Yuki the whole time is like, he's scrolling through picks, and he's like, no, just pick someone that'll hold them still. And then he locks Emir. I'm like, oh,
okay,
nice.
Yeah. He was pretty good. His freezes were like 50-50, and we got blown up several times because he was up 3v1ing like a boss.
They had an Osiris that built damage, and his 2 was doing like abnormally huge amounts of damage the entire game, and it was so annoying.
Yeah, we ended up winning that one. I got online at some point. Me and you, Dan, like simultaneously hit somebody with abilities and just deleted.
Oh
them.
my god, yeah. The who was that?
Who did they have? Crap. Oh, I gotta look it up.
It was Ganesh, Osiris, and Rat.
Wait,
no, it wasn't
had
the Rat. That was the other game. Who was it?
God, Ganesh, Osiris.
It's a mystery.
Was that the that wasn't the ISIS game?
No, she was with the Rat because we lost that game due to one fight.
Yeah, we were all like, oh, we screwed that one up.
We took their Phoenix, we fucking were kicking their ass, and then all of a sudden, ISIS, everybody's full health and we're dead, and we were down for a minute, and they won the game, and it was
was the ISIS that could not miss.
Fuck ISIS and their stupid stun ball.
Dude.
Oh my god, dude.
That ISIS was insane.
I walked through just to see ISIS go back to their blue buff Danzig. They're stealing our blue. He's safely under tower until the stun ball comes out of blue buff, stuns him.
Yeah, okay, so I'm like, oh, she's on our blue, whatever, I'm not going to go contest it. And I'm standing under tower, kind of dodging back and forth, waiting for the wave, and boom, stun ball, 700. I'm like, what fucking... Alright.
It was Hera, yeah.
Whatever.
It was Hera,
so then she comes out of blue buff, hits me again for another fucking 700, and I'm like, god damn this bitch. Alright, I'm backing. I try to go back, they stop me from backing, and lo and behold, cooldown OP, here comes a third stun ball, and I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
I was
Hera
tilted at that point.
Yeah, it was Hera in the third game.
Fucking 700 damage.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Yep, and it was Hera we deleted.
Hera, that's right.
That poor Hera.
She was just... I don't know. Like, me and Yuki, his stun hit and my Heartseeker arrow hit, and it was just, boom, dead.
Yeah.
Oh, she's dead. Goodbye.
Yeah, that was nutty.
Let me see. Do I have any other crazy games? Oh, I want to talk about my Morrigan play.
Oh, yeah.
So, I've been looking for another jungler, because I'm like, I don't really know who to jungle as, because I've got so many people diamond, and my goal is eventually to get everybody diamond, so I've been kind of trying to find out who I like and who I don't like.
Dan, can I interrupt and say what kind of helped inspire this a little bit?
Yeah.
I'm like, I got this wonky support idea, but I need either my carry or my jungle to be magical. That's all I gotta say.
Yep, I'll let you touch on that yourself.
We'll get back to that point.
Yeah, we'll get back to that.
Dan, the jungler, chose to be the magic one because Beagle is like, I'm going to be Neath again.
Again.
So I was like, all right, well, I'll play Morrigan and be the magical then. So I start Assassin's Blessing, go into Boots, and I decided to start Polly. And as soon as Polly was finished, I one-shot everybody with my kit. It was just, they didn't have a choice. I came out of the jungle, invisible. I stunned them. I polyproc them. I waited for my poly to come back. I hit them with the 2, and then I polyproc them. They had no choice. It was hilarious and so much fun. And I can't tell you how many times I got random kills from someone else procking my 2 as well. Like, oh my god, it was just... They were not having a good time. I went 10-5 in the first game and 17-7 in the next game, I think. Yeah. Really
did have a bad match a little later, but they just had a really, really good Thanatos.
It was the fucking... I don't want to talk about him.
It was look, I buy wards every time when I'm in solo lane, except for that time. I'm like, anytime he came to my lane, it was through the air. There was no warden for that.
Can I put wards in the fucking air, high res? Can I look straight up and just be like, ward up there? Because I'm fucking tired of this man blinking in from before the ward would ping him, and air bombing me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and he didn't come in via the pass at all. If he didn't come in through the air, he blinked in through the walls, so he didn't come through the warded areas. He was just awesome. I mean, hands down.
And
one of the best
he didn't even
junglers
start
I've seen in a
Assassin's
while.
Blessing. He just went full trans right away and blinked through walls and insta-killed everybody.
Mm-hmm.
There was nothing we could do about it. Not one damn thing. He went like 20-2.
Yeah, no 20-1 on us, baby.
Yeah, no 20-0. No 20-1, but 20-2. And I know I was one of those kills on him, so fuck you, TFWP_Luxes.
High five, buddy. That was some good ass play.
On a side note, it was really good play. Don't not fuck you, but still fuck you.
Yeah, just like
It
the
hurt.
nicest.
Don't use sandpaper on me like that ever again. I also played another duel yesterday as Thanatos, and Vulcan is the biggest pussy alive, and I hate him. If you play Vulcan in duel, I don't like you, because all you do is put your turret down and run the hell away. And I'm like, it just gets so boring, because you're faster than every god in the game, and you can just meatball, run away, turret, run away, run away. And it's like, seriously? I've killed you like 10 times. Just fucking get back here and die again so I can go win the game. But no, I had to spend half of the 30 minutes or 21 minutes that it took literally just running after your freaking butt, trying to find out.
Hilarious.
Like, I was so just, oh my God. It was so annoying. And every time I threw my scythe, he put his fucking turret down. Like,
slice
really?
in the way up. Turret. Didn't hit me.
And it was like 100% luck, too. Because I would be like on top of him, and he would just turret, and then my scythe would go. Like, at the same time. And it would always hit the turret. And I'm like, I was just so tilted that game. I think I died 3 times that game, literally just because I was chasing him for about 2 minutes each kill.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I still won, so screw you, stupid Vulcan. But now I banned Vulcan, because I don't feel like chasing him around. I think that's it for me for now.
All right, Yuki, how about yourself?
Well, I played some games this week. I think.
Did?
haven't seen you much. I heard you say something about being a nice guy and taking care of somebody, fixing somebody's car, and that was the last I heard of you for a while.
Oh yeah. For those of y'all out there who know her, EMS girl, her and Psychotic Necro are homie bro G-dogs of mine, and her starter was dying, and then it crapped out in my driveway. So she's like, we don't have the money to fix it. We only have like $50. Went online, found the part, ordered it, and then put it in when it got here on Thanksgiving, Thursday morning. I don't know how the bottom of a car can get so coated in oil. It was terrifying. I've never seen oil coating the underside of a car under the passenger seats of a 4-door.
Me either.
That's a thing that has happened, my friends. Yeah, and then Thanksgiving, and then Friday had another Thanksgiving, and Saturday played games because it was triple, and got Herc to Diamond, so I don't have to play him again, which is nice. And then Sunday I had another Thanksgiving, and then Monday I didn't want to, and then Tuesday I played ESO, and then Wednesday I had to go put some bookshelves together, and then today I played 3 games. It's just been a week. This isn't like terribly uncommon typically after Worlds, because every year going to Worlds, you've been playing all year, especially as we do, playing many, many hours a day, most days of the week. And then as Worlds is getting starting to wind up and we're into that stretch, I start watching all the games more than normal, paying attention to what's going on. Now with the podcast, I'm looking over more informational stuff as it goes as well. And it's just, this is my yearly Smite break. I'll still be playing regularly, often, and probably most days, just not quite as much until like the season 6 patch comes, and we get a big old injection of hell yeah. So it's not like I'm not playing. it's cooling off. I don't like hot weather, so in the summer I hibernate, and in the winter that's when I deal with car stuff, any big things I'm working on, whatever, So just a little smite break, which still means playing, like an hour or two every day, just not 5 hours a day. But like I said, I was in that game with Dan Areno, Thoth and Huyi with that crazy ass Shamir. Went well.
I had some sick bounces in that game. Oh my god.
Yeah, dude.
I just keep remembering them.
That ISIS, I was playing Terra into that ISIS, and I'm like, I'm trying to help guys.
But she built ops hard, so she hit you just as hard as she hit us.
Yeah. I built Gemma ISO on the end, which is something normally I don't do on Terra. But with Rat, ISIS, and Vomit, I had decent enough lockdown, but adding that slow just either helped people get away or chase until we threw the game.
That Vomit had a hard on for just running at people until he was dead too. Like,
yep.
He did not give a fuck. He had 10% HP. He was going to umbrella charge your ass and fucking hit you with the 2, hit you with the 3, and he was just going to keep on fucking swinging.
Yep. But
funniest
I'm
thing.
going to talk about the Joust game that you hadn't really mentioned, and that was Dan on the old Huyi guy, fucking Opwatch, because I'm like, I'm going Kepri. He goes, Kepri? Hell yeah, Opwatch. That was with the Shock, Sasano, and the Baron. We won that game. I think it was kind of just barely, or did we start pulling ahead finally? Because the Shock built trans first.
Oh no! Remember we got like 3 kills on them in a row, and they
surrendered. Yeah,
it was like fucking what the hell.
I had some defense online, so I'm like, fuck this tower. I kept getting away with like no health. I'm like, nah. But that's pretty much what had a hot Ares game. Because we'd gotten curbed in arena by super tryhardy comps. And I looked at Dan through the TV. He could feel it. He knows what I mean. And I'm like, you know what this means? It's time we go try hard. He's like, what do you have in mind? And I'm like, Ares Cerberus. So D and Dad goes, Morgan. Okay, I need to work on her. Beagle's like, Jingwei's a character that exists. And Colorado was playing with us that game as Huyi. And we just.
I swear he hates that by now. He has to have an unbridled hatred for giraffes by now.
And I was only playing Jingwei because I was trying to get her diamond so I never have to play her again.
She's not bad. She's just not great.
I'm just bad with her.
Yeah, you're bad with her. It's fine.
I'm bad.
But when me and Dan get frustrated and we're doing arenas, we bust out the Ares Cerberus and just melt everything.
Speaking of Cerberus, that reminds me, shout out to Triple XP. I got like 5 diamonds that weekend. Hell yeah.
Nice.
Got bored.
Isn't it nice when you get them all kind of up there in level? And you're like, the next big weekend, it's going to have a couple of diamonds. Mine are getting kind of strung out, so I'm actually working to correct that. But yeah, oh god, it's something about the unexpected for some reason Ares damage, and then Dan building Cerberus kind of hybrid or blastery, whatever he feels like doing. It's just so much damage from Guardians, and it's hilarious. You give them nowhere to go. If their beads are down, I did the rush 40%, so I started Specialist directly into Breastplate into cooldown boots. Because I was it's like we're going to be ult-botting from like minute 5. They're just going to be constant ults, and there's nothing they can do. It's mean. Don't do that.
That was
kids.
a fun game.
It was a fun game. Inevitably, when I play Ares, I end up cackling and chasing somebody down.
Yeah, you definitely do. You would have inspired my Ares play.
There's an art to Ares. Like
the art of hitting 3 chains and killing them.
The art of hitting 3 chains and putting the proper time in between them to maximize that damage. Yeah, and the frustration factor of you can't dash away. Nope, I just reapplied it. It's not done yet. Oh, look, I just reapplied it again. It's not done yet.
Yeah. I'd say my biggest secret to Ares is knowing you don't run away from things, so you don't. You just don't run away. I mean, it's like either my team's going to kill you, or I'm peeling you for my team, or I'm walking at you, and that's part of that big secret is Ares is not a fast character, So you just learn to just kind of keep walking. Like you just follow. I've killed tanks just following them across the entire arena map. Just following them. You just keep ticking.
Just keep chaining. Just keep chaining. What do? We chain.
Yep.
And flames.
If I ult a bunch of people,
I considered putting end flames on the end, but I kind of forgot.
End flames. That's pretty much my games of the week. I'm definitely looking. I got the itch, so I'll probably see me on a lot more this weekend. Tomorrow is 12-man ESO day, so I'll be doing that.
So I'll let Mr. Humble go last here, and I'll kick in a few of my games here real quick. So I accomplished my New Year's resolution with the triple XP weekend. I had decided at the beginning of the year that I wanted to get every god at least to Mastery 1. And then I conveniently forgot about that.
For 11 months.
Being that it was, after Thanksgiving in November, I thought I should probably work on this, and what better time? I have all Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I didn't go hunting this year, so the weather sucked. It was raining almost the whole time, so I'm like, yeah, it's smite time. So got everybody to Mastery 1, so I felt pretty good about achieving that goal. Some surprises along the way that, it was a lot of assassins. A few mages sprinkled in just because there's so many goddamn mages.
Yeah.
But a game I actually had a lot of fun in. We lost. It was a close game in the end, I think. I was playing Hell. And this was an arena match. Dan was on Sir, Beagle on Jingwei, Yuki on Baron, and Colorado on Bologna. And I think I only missed 2 skill shot heals the whole match. And I didn't have to yell spaghetti at anyone. And I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to say it's 2 factors came into play. A, I'm getting more experienced with the game. I'm getting better at my skill shots. But B, I also got a new controller, and I think that's helped a lot too.
Oh, you think your controller was worn out, huh?
Yes, I definitely wore out.
I didn't mention that forever ago.
Yep, yes, we all got new controllers. That was our early Christmas present.
Wait, what did the kids say when you got new controllers? They said, "Oh, these controllers are too new and too stiff. They don't work right."
Yeah, they complained. But I also got the warranty on all of them, because I know how when Dan's not having a good game, that's the first thing to get slammed down, right, Dan?
That's correct, sir.
Can't imagine why your controllers don't work right.
Yeah. I'm gonna let y'all in on a secret. If you play regularly, like us and most of you out there listening do, the springs on analog sticks on Xbox and PlayStation controllers are actually only good for 6 to 9 months before they start wearing out. Then after about a year and a half, they're really bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So another guy that I just think I mixed him in. I think I already had him, mastered to some extent. Was Fafnir. Again, hitting them skill shots with that hammer.
Yeah.
I built almost full tank this match. I ended with replacing my blessing with Gem of ISO just for shits and giggles because we were winning at this point. But yeah, he's so fun. I mean, I went 4-3 and 22 building all defense and still did a respectable amount of damage. Had some great disarms, for saves, some stuns, getting that dragon in it. I mean, come on. Turning into a dragon, that's pretty awesome. The other game, well, I'm going to save that one for last. So,
I was going to ask if we got to that game yet.
No, it's coming up. It's going to be last. So, two other quick things. I played Tier again, didn't pitch again. Did struggle early on trying to hit the old 4 button or the triangle button there to switch stances, and I laughed at myself a few times. But got it worked out and had a decent game. This whole getting people to mastery level 1 has made me think that, shit, I'm going to be playing more Alquang now. He's kind of fun. Yeah, so we'll just leave that at that. Had a real good game. It's funny, I was conditioning the enemy team. They had a Neath. So I kept conditioning her that I was going after her because, she's a squishy in the back. Till it got to the point where I would go invisible. She would leave the fight, backflip out, and be completely out of the fight. Meanwhile, I'd gone another direction, was picking on somebody else. So that was fun. But what I really wanted to talk about tonight was I couldn't sleep the other night. I'm laying in bed, tired as all get out, but just couldn't fall asleep, which is not me. Usually my head hits the pillow, I'm out.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's not fair.
Yeah, everybody in here at the house yells at me. How do you do that? I don't know. I grew up across the street from a bar. It was loud. I learned how to fall asleep. But anyway, I'm laying in bed thinking, this season, if anything, has taught me that you can play gods in different positions. So I'm support. What can I do different as support? Baron's been a fun support to play. I'm like, who else can I bring into this role? And then it dawned on me. No, it wasn't, morning. It was still late at night. But I thought about Kernanos. I'm like, on his one, he's got the slow. He's got the, the penetration. Everybody gets the benefit from that. Even the, the lifesteal kind of helps. Right? So, okay. Slightly, supporty. His two, well, it's got a root on it. That's a good support thing. That's good peel. It's a big-ass damage circle, zone of control, right? Yep. The dash, okay, not really supporty. Outside the fact, though, that you can get to someone you need to support real quick. So it is kind of nice in that aspect. Like, oh, shit, there's Beagle way over there out of position. Let me dash over, and all right, now I'm in front of her and doing my thing. And then his ult, oh, my goodness. I mean, yeah, that's a great support item because, they just popped their ults and are attacking. Sorry, Ganesh. I know you guys had some plans here, but we're just going to stand here and wait for you little piggies to run around. And okay, now we're all good to go. So I went Guardian's Blessing, and I went Thebes, and then I went the defense boots because they actually had we were up against a Afro and a Jingwei. They also had a Pele, a Serket, and an Anubis. So a lot of tick damage. So I wanted to go the old tick damage boots defense system there. Then I went into Lono's mask. And then after that, I went into Breastplate of Valor and finally was going into I believe it was going to be a Pestilence, but had only gotten just the gold tier 1 talisman out of it. Beginning of the match, hands down, Beagle and I just mowed through the minions and pushed them back to tower. First wave, we went and got their purple right off the bat. No ifs, ands, or buts. We probably should have just went and took their red. In hindsight, that was a mistake we made there. I'll remember that for next time. But just mowed through them. Beginning of the match, all us. Mid-match, they were starting to do a little good. They actually had some really good rotations with their jungler and their mid. So, okay, they kind of pushed back, had some good times, against us. But then, as soon as I got Lono's mask in and Breastplate of Valor, literally, I tanked all 3 Phoenixes and was basically full health the whole time. I'm like, I went in before the minions got there. I'm like, I'm going to tank this, even for the minions for a little bit. And I'm like, this don't hurt. I'm like, oh, their minions are spawning. Good, I can lifesteal. I'm like, yep, all right. Attack middle Phoenix. Sure. Yeah, let's go right over to it. Ran through all 3 Phoenixes. Oh, it was great. Dan was popping off as the Morgan. We had Guy was playing mid as Alposh. Beagle was Neath. And then we had a random. It was the first game of the night. It was a warm-up game. And we had a random. And I'm like, I'm not going to do this with a random. I feel bad. And they're like, just do it. You got a good idea. Run with it. Damn, did it work well. Is it going to work at high levels of play? I doubt it. But is it going to work at my level of play? Hell yes. So, don't at me. It worked. 100% win rate with it so far. I've only played it once. So, Guy, how about yourself? Mr. Humble himself.
Been playing a lot of ranked this week. Had a couple days off. That's about
it. All right.
That's about it, really. You know what I'm saying? These guys talk enough for all of us.
I don't understand you and your whole fucking rank thing. I try to play rank conquest, and it's like all my teammates are drunken monkeys and fucking
You're just not playing
die.
it enough. I mean, yeah, you get those games, but
I mean, like every
I find
game.
the majority of my games are usually all right.
I'm 1-5 in my qualies, and I'm already done. I'm just like, these guys are fucking idiots. I can't count on them to do anything.
There's definitely times where you're like face palming yourself. Like the other day, we had a game and we were just dominating. We were up by like at least 10 to 15 kills. We're up by at least 10,000 gold. We're marching down. We take their Phoenix. It's a 5-on-1. And I call out, just attack the Titan. Everything else is down. Just the left, right Phoenix is up. The middle Phoenix is down. Just attack. Nope. We split. Half the guys go to the left lane and start attacking the Phoenix over there. Now, the other team's down for another 20 seconds. But by the time they got that Phoenix down and converged, the other team came up, wiped us, and went down the field and won.
You're complaining about losing in the last minute. I can't even get my fucking team to stop dying for a fucking minute.
I think I would rather lose in the beginning than get all the way down there in a game that you should definitely win, and you lose it. Because if you just go to the Titan, it's over with.
So what I'm hearing is guy gets in, gets some good games, and a little mistake in the end. Dan gets into a ranked game. His carry runs out a fountain at the beginning of the game, trips, and kills himself.
Literally, that has probably happened more often than not. I mean, serious to God. I can't remember the last ranked game I played through all the seasons where I was like, wow, I actually have a team with brains.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's why I don't do it.
I usually have better, I usually have more better than I do bad. So
we know that I am the black hole for terrible randoms. And it is a joke. Like, we get good ones, we get bad ones, as you do. But as we also all know, the bad ones stick out more. So the running joke is, it's like, everyone's like, it'll be fine. We'll play this joust with just two of us. The random's been good today. And they just, I don't even know what they do. But it's just a joke at this point. It's not us literally hating on everybody and calling everyone trash. I just want to put that out there. It is a running joke between us as a group that I attract the bad randoms, and unfortunately my last rank conquest stands out. Soul mid lane. Died 5 times in 8 minutes.
Shoutouts to the Vaman and Achilles in our one conquest that literally just ran at the enemy and killed themselves every time they respawned. And you guys yell at me for saying randoms are bad.
I have a
I'm
good
just saying.
shout out.
I'm just saying.
No, actually, I have a good and bad shout out. It was to a tier both times. So we're playing Conquest, right? Beagle and I are support and carry. Beagle calls missing. Alright? Missing in our lane. Dan and Baron and Guy, are like shit. They're going over to solo lane. So they rotate over. I'm rotating in through mid. Tier, gets to and just goes on the VGS rant of the century.
Yeah, he spammed enemy missing this.
We're like,
literally 10 bans in a row. Like when they ban you for saying too many in a row or whatever.
Yeah, we're literally like, what? I don't even want to play this game anymore, and we're done. We're out. All 4 of us surrendered. I popped over to the general voice chat, just be like, dude, what's your problem? And he is just cursing up a storm. I'm like, yo, dude, what is your problem? He's like, enemy mission left, enemy mission left. I'm like, dude, I heard you in the VGS. Did you not hear us call it? Did you not see us rotate over to your lane? Just because you're out of position when all that shit's happening and you get killed isn't our fault. We called it. We rotated. You were out of position. Shut the hell up. And yeah,
I heard him yelling downstairs. I was laughing so hard.
I get it. If we miss a call, you have every right to be upset. Every right when your teammates don't call missing. All right,
that's something I try to do in
You want
rank.
to say my daughter doesn't call missing? I get upset with how often she calls Missing. Like Beagle, he literally just swerved like into the jungle behind the wall for a half second and came right back. He was still missing. He could have not come back.
It's good practice. You keep up the good work, Beagle. That's fine.
I use it just as kind of an indicator. I say Missing, even if I know he's just going for that purple. Like sometimes, like if the jungler is nearby, like Missing and maybe throw out a ping that way, and Dan's like, "Oh, okay,
we can do something about that."
My favorite thing is when you spam enemies in the left jungle, enemies in the left jungle, retreat left lane, and they stand on tower line like they're gonna fucking just do everything they want to do, and then they die, and they're like, thanks, you rock, cancel that, and it's like,
you
mean the choke Ymir? On a dick? I don't know what to say.
I had that in an assault last night. Who was it, Beagle, that kept going through their tower to try to get them?
The rat.
It was a Ratatasker.
He kept ulting in saying to attack when we were all like dead.
Yeah.
Where we don't have half our team.
I'm playing
So
Kumba.
I'm just spamming, no, quiet, defend, be careful, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. I'm playing Kumba, right? He's between towers again, fighting the whole team back there. We're all like no health. I'm like, you know what? My healing potion's kicked in a little bit. I'm maybe 2/3 health. So I'm watching. I'm like, all right, he's starting to run back. So I went into the tower, started taking tower shots. Here comes the whole enemy team. I yawn, and then I get the root out. And then I get the hell out of dodge. What do I get? You rock, cancel that. And I'm just like, I just saved your ass. Like, seriously. Like, yeah, you're right, Beagle. I am not helping him again. It's just like, people, be appreciative when your supports actually do supporty things for you. You know, it's not glamorous. But yes, you didn't get out of there because you dashed. You got out of there because I took tower hits for you because you were below half health and wouldn't have made it just from that alone. Yeah. And
hey, Dan.
Did my job.
Yeah.
So, I've been cut off 4 times.
Well, hold on. I never actually finished my shout-outs.
Yeah, you never stop shouting out.
All right, well, just real quick. Keeger Boy 3, high five. That was the next game. Tier bounced back with him playing him, and that was some high five tiering. I'm done.
Oh, I forgot we were talking about tier.
Hashtag Yuki play Loki.
Yeah, I'm done.
I'll give a shout out to all my randoms. My randoms are good. I don't know what these guys are talking about. I love you all my babies out there.
Beagle, I was just going to remind you about this.
I forgot about a game I want to talk
turn,
about.
People.
He said he's done.
Yeah, let Yuki go first.
No, I'm done. Continue.
Oh. Okay. Can I say mine quick? I almost forgot about this.
He said he's done. Continue. Go.
Shut up. So, I was so angry because it was just me, Dan, and Guy. So I didn't have any people who like to play sport with us. So I had random supports the whole time. And the first time, I don't remember who I played. Was it Shibalanke? And I had a Kepri support, and he was so stupid.
He was one of those people you could have VGS'd him the exact coordinates of the enemies and said how many there were and said all their ults were up, and he would still run up there and just kill himself.
Yeah, I would back, and he'd run in and try and solo both of them, and then die. And I got to the point, he kept doing it, so I switched over to the mic, and I know he could hear me, because when I was talking, he was spamming quiet, and no one else was VGSing. So I was telling him, like, what are you doing? You're not doing anything here. You're just making this worse. You're running in, you're dying, and being stupid. Like, what are you trying to do? And it's just quiet. And I was like, oh my god, you're dumb. And he just continued to feed that game, and we lost horribly. And then, I blame this one on Guy. We lost this because he told me to play Freya, and I sucked real bad.
Oh, I love that game, though.
No! Shut up. No, you don't. You hate it. And, well...
Me and Guy almost carried that to a victory by ourselves.
But, in my defense, my Vamana was also very stupid.
Yeah. That was the Vamana that I talked about.
See, I
Shout out to him.
I thought you were going to talk about the random guy that, like, you sent a message to, and he sent you a message back, and you, like, laughed and giggled like a little schoolgirl for, like, an hour straight.
Yeah. You got to talk about that one.
This may have been the night
that's where I'm going. That's where I'm going. So after all that, I was like, I didn't even want to play one more, but I'm like, fine, I will. And so I did. And I noticed something weird.
So I did.
I noticed something weird. Everybody called their role immediately. Everybody got the role they wanted. I got carry, I got mid, Dan got jungle. The person who wanted support called it right away. Solo was called right away, and I was like, wow, somebody just called support right away, okay. And I was like, okay, I like it so far. And crap, who was he playing? He played Sobek, that's right, Sobek, and I played Neat, because I was just done playing different people. I was sucking so bad. And this guy literally made my night, because he was amazing. He knew exactly what to do and when. Like, he knew to, go get their purple when we have them pushed up, get ours, and I'm pretty sure he did buy wards too, and he was hitting those plucks and just giving me free kills, and it was so amazing. At the end of that game, I'm spamming you rock, because he was great. We won that game. I messaged him afterwards, just like, dude, you are literally one of the best supports I have ever played with. And he was super nice, and he was like, oh, thanks, I couldn't have done it without you guys, and he sent me a friend request, and I was very happy.
Yeah, I've had those moments, dude. I love it when, it's happened where, someone's not playing too hot, but they're not, just being dumb, and that's just, it's whether you're playing good, even if you're playing bad, we all play bad, even if you're playing bad, but you're not just, face palming into the enemy team or just being a salty spammer, man, that makes a day. I've had a couple of friend requests and people I play with met like that, but again, it's just so much fun when you get that good random, because you'll talk about it and we'll be like, oh my god, Dan, the Ymir day, on point there in the early game, dropped mid and was doing good at late game again. There's the Ymir walls, dude. The Ymir wall. He got that wall up and got the double bounce off.
Oh my god,
whether,
yeah. I shot my one
accident,
as who
whether it was an accident or by mistake, or intentional, that was the greatest.
I shot my one, and as I shot it, the wall went up, so it ended up turning into a double bounce and hit the guy for a fucking 900 damage instead of just 200.
No, that's just brilliant.
That does good play
damn.
There.
Yeah, I mean, even happy accidents are great plays.
Yeah, been there, done that sometimes.
Yeah.
Listen, I find it easier to be nice to everybody and try to be.
Well, and yeah, I agree. That's why
I'm nice to everybody. I just wish they weren't so fucking stupid sometimes.
And even my ranked matches, when people start getting toxic, I'll just hit no problem a couple times, calm down, have fun. Sometimes it helps, sometimes it don't. But
let me ask you, Guy, since we're console based here, you can't really chat with people via text. Do you use your microphone in the ranked games or just the VGS?
I use both, and a lot of times there's people in mics on comm, and I'll say stuff too. Usually they can hear you. They might not respond back, but I'll say it and hit my VGS.
Yeah, if I'm solo queuing, I usually go into the game chat.
If I would actually care enough to play Ranked Conquest and hope to God that my randoms aren't tripping and killing themselves at level 1, I would definitely use my mic. I mean,
yeah. As a PSA, please turn your music off.
Yeah, I'll mute you instantly.
Oh yeah, if I see someone's mic on constantly, nope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind anything, just talking and stuff like that.
Use headphones. Put your music in your headphones and have your mic up. You'll be fine.
Right, I can't stand the music while I'm trying to play.
Blast music on the mic. Nobody cares what music you listen to.
And it's not even music that I like most of the time.
I know, it's all that crap rap music and whatever.
Well, even if it is, it's a distraction. I play Smite, and I'm how do you play Smite and listen to music at the same time? There's so many audio cues.
You'll hear people listening to anime. You'll be playing and you can hear anime playing in the background. They're watching anime.
I do listen to music when I play, but it's not it's loud or anything. It's never higher than like 1 or 2 bars for Spotify. Like
It's
I
kinda
just
like-
keep it low.
It's kind of like
Because if
Beagle
I get
Girl.
frustrated,
It's kind of
You
like
know,
Beagle
if
doing
I-
a podcast and watching Supernatural at the same time.
I seem to yeah, there's that. I seem to
I'm not-
recall during HRX though, there was some times where I think it was me, Guy, and Beagle. We were playing some Joust, and Guy was watching HRX.
Oh
And
shit!
how many
Yeah, you
times
can't-
did we
you
die?
can't talk.
Because
You can't talk.
Guy was watching HRX.
That's
Yes,
right.
you can't talk.
You're like,
No,
oh, we
that's
should
different.
not. I
That's
think we hadn't
different.
even been playing ranked or something. I don't know, but we're like, yeah, we're done with that.
That's different. That's HRX.
Kick Guy out of the group.
Oh,
Hey, I'll be right back, guys. Here, let me watch HRX.
He's just standing under tower, like, what are you doing? Like, they're attacking. Do something. Come on, please. Huh? Oh, I thought you meant in the HRX they were doing. Like, I was like, that don't make sense. They're not attacking. What? Oh, you meant in our game. Gotcha.
Yeah. Like I said, just be nice. That's,
You know,
seriously, like
in the end, though,
being,
go ahead, Beagle.
being salty isn't going to get you anywhere. It's just going to create like just these bad vibes that are going to mess you up when you're playing. Like, just be nice. Like, people are going to have bad games, and sometimes, like, you're not going to do good. You have to lose some games, or it's just not that fun. Like, just chill out.
That is a total lie, and we have discovered that, Beagle. Come on.
Okay, maybe the whole winning all the time thing, that is fun. But you're still going to have bad games sometimes.
and or bad moments in a game.
Or
You
yeah,
know?
like
sometimes you're a late game player and you get shit on in the beginning of a game,
Yeah.
but come mid game,
like,
tables start to turn. Come end game, you're a beast. Sometimes
Yeah,
you just
like,
gotta work through that shit.
if
you know?
you're having a bad game, for one, don't blame it on other people if you know it's not their fault. If you know that you are the one messing up and you try to blame it on other people, that's just
Oh, what about that
is just-
Thanatos the other day that couldn't hit, he didn't hit a sight the whole game, but everything was our fault.
That was me. That was me.
Yeah.
yeah, that
we
was
know.
Guy. We
That was
talked
me,
about.
man. Come on.
Whoops, you're right. Wait. No, but seriously, we had this random Thanatos because he took my role like a jerk, and every gank, he missed every ability and died. And then was, thanks, attack, you rock, cancel that. And it's like, dude, I CC'd them 4 times, and you missed 4 out of 4 abilities. What do you want me to do? Do you want me to hack their console and make them stand still for you?
I kind of wish I was like, I kind of can't wait for this VGS game just because it's a thing that like only comes up while you're playing, and it's like, crap, how do I do this? If it's like, even if I knew how to be salty with VGS, I wouldn't. I would definitely try to be nice about it.
It's
I
just like
I still don't know how to
insane.
say cancel that.
I don't even know how to say you rock.
I just can't believe you guys haven't even learned how to play.
I just can't believe
Like,
Beagle. I've learned
especially
important
Dad,
things
like-
in my life.
Pretty
Dad,
close.
you solo queue a lot. How do you not know the VGS? Like,
You know the important
people
one
like
missing.
people who don't solo
That's
queue
right.
I
a
solo
lot
queue a lot.
and always. Yeah, you do. You don't mind playing by yourself
I
sometimes.
don't mind
I'm not
playing
saying
by myself, but it's usually
not
like,
saying all the
I gotta
time,
wait.
but-
You know, you guys just started the game and I'm ready to play, and I'm like, all right, well, I'll just go play a quick assault.
No,
or an
I
arena
see
quick,
you
waiting
downstairs
for it.
sometimes playing by yourself. Nice try. Like, whether it's in the morning when everyone's asleep or whatever, like, you should know how to use it by now if you're playing with random people
She
that
ain't
you
wrong.
can't talk to.
She ain't wrong, Dad. She ain't wrong.
I know enemy missing, right? I know how to, do some basics. I don't know how to be salty. I don't know how to tell people you rock, cancel that. I know how to do you rock and do a woohoo or awesome just so they know I'm not being half-ass salty.
That's probably the worst part of people getting salty in ranked is like over picks. Like usually they're salty before we ever get into the game. Sometimes like they'll call like I had 2 people call solo the other day. The first guy was the first pick of the game, so he hit it second though. So he picks solo.
Pick,
yeah, he top picks solo, and it goes down. Everybody picks, and it gets to the last guy who also hit solo.
Oh jeez.
And it's like,
Yeah. Okay.
and he picks solo too, and it's like, oh my god! And then they're both sitting in solo ring, pinging each other, yelling at each other, and it's like we have no jungler.
Whoever's on top is on
situation-
top for a reason. They get the pick.
Right.
Yeah, and not even that. Like, if you call solo and someone still is like, not like two people, lock in the roll call like at about the same time, but like if you lock in something and someone like down the line's like, no, I'm gonna jungle, just pick a different role. Like,
Right.
it's like it seems that's like make them happy, but you should have hopefully. You should have, at least one god in each role you can make work and you can do.
My biggest thing is listen to the goddamn VGS, because I swear to God, if I say retreat left lane one more time and Beagle sits her ass on that tower line, I'm going to beat her.
Oh, excuse you.
I'm just kidding. But seriously, there's so many times where I try to warn a random, like, enemies in the left jungle, retreat left lane, be careful left. And they just stand there. And then they die. And then they ping the shit out of me. And it's thanks. And it's like, dude, are you mentally incapable of just listening to a call?
Dude, that's a thing. I would be interested. Wouldn't mind getting even if it was like a 5 or 6 list, like for the VGS, which has like the last 2 or whatever, and they don't stick around forever. What if you had like a little window down there that was transparent that had like the last like 5 calls?
Yeah, I thought the same thing not long ago.
Yeah, because sometimes I hear a call, but I don't register what it is because either I'm in the middle of some shit going down, or
Yeah, and then you look down, it's gone.
Yep,
I'm
exactly.
like, crap, I have no idea what it was called.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, I get that for sure. But like, I'm going retreat left lane, enemies in the left jungle, be careful left, retreat left lane, and they're just sticking their dick in the air like, and then they die. And it's like, well, what did you expect?
Yeah. Here's the gist of it. People are going to be toxic always in whatever game you play. You just can't be toxic with them. You can't let it bring you down and bring you to their level.
You can be as toxic as you want, as long as they don't know about it.
Yeah.
Yep, that's the other thing. Sometimes you got to yell at the screen. You mute yourself.
Sometimes
yell at the screen.
Sometimes
vent it out.
Sometimes
take a deep breath, recompose yourself, get back in there, and do what's right.
You just gotta chill, man. You just gotta let it roll off of you. Do your own thing. Worry about what you're doing.
All right. Well, speaking of letting it roll off, I think it is about time to let it roll off here this week. We are obviously at this point skipping this week's session of progression since we had a good, nice long talk there with Cabom, and he was a little under the weather there with the
nerd
flu that he picked up there. Yeah, the old nerd flu. So we're just going to hold off on that here this week. Wrap things up here. So to do so, Beagle, how can folks get a hold of you?
You can find me on Twitter at Beagle_girl27.
Cut.
What?
What did we forget? I almost always forget this when we're doing these things.
What?
We got some giveaways.
Oh,
Nikes. I said we were going to do that tonight. I'm getting that
well,
shit.
Hurry up already.
Don't you mean you're getting Alzheimer's? I mean, what?
Who are you?
I don't know. Probably someone you should give money to.
Oh, yeah. That's it.
That sounds like a scam.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I say to
danger.
anybody.
Kick them out of the house. Yeah. Who are you? Get out of here.
Go on now, get.
Go on now, get.
So let's go to the old YouTube channel here first, which I did get our backlog back to episode 16. So 16 through, well, if you're listening to this, 31 is going to be in there. But let's go here to episode 29 and see how many folks we got here. So 19, 20, 21, 22 people here. So, all right. I'm going to get the old dice out here and see who this week's winners. We got, what we're giving away, this was what? RDO Fiend Hunter. So we had 2 of these, I believe. Is that right? 2?
I believe so.
Got such a good skin.
So, yeah, 16. So
better not be Nevaeh. She just won 10,000 gems. She's out.
Yeah, high five to her.
She's
Hell
out.
yeah.
She got her
is,
gift of the day. I'm just kidding. If she wins, she wins.
Vixen 24. Winner
Hell yeah.
number
Congratulations,
1.
Vixen.
And we use the same dice here. Behind the keyboard. Oh.
What if it's
Scrolling
16
up.
again?
No.
Oh.
3, 4, 5, 6. Lucky number 7. He says he needs it. He's gonna get it. Bartolome Antonio Reyes. High five.
I like the
I will
name.
be.
I like the way you said that. Or something there.
Hey, you got.
What are you,
gotta
smitten?
do it. Gotta do it.
Hi, Dan.
What are you,
All right.
smitten? Jeez.
And then I believe the other one was in the Discord there, right? Hey, you know what? Hey, look, sometimes when I say names with different that would call in different accents to mine, I just fall right into place. I used to work in customer care, and that sucked. Someone would call in, and I would pick up their accent. I'd be talking like that for an hour. Oh man, you guys from the South? Oh no, man, I just done talked to someone from the South there for a little bit ago. You know, to do. All right. So in the giveaways, we got a couple Darkblade Pele skins. Wow, 33. Actually 36. Man, a lot of damn. 33. I need more dice.
It's good to know how to count for a living.
I like dice. There's just something about rolling dice, you know, man. That's why I like Dicey Victory so much. He's got dice in it.
Hey.
Speaking of which, I'm going to be playing some games with him after this episode.
22, 31. Well, that's easy. I just go to the bomb and -2. Oh, it's not Herg, but it is Ixie Fenrixie.
Oh,
sure.
okay. We play with him.
We play some games with that guy.
Yeah. He's on my friends list.
Ixie.
Yeah. Congratulations.
All right. Mark him winner number 1. Bam. All right. One more roll here for your last Darkblade Pele. And that's another high roll there. Man, I feel like I'm rolling some damage here with these dice.
I'll get them crits.
30. Right? Yeah. 30. All right. So, that's it. Oh, don't do that. Do this. So go down here. So, 33, 32, 31. So it's Felipe Oyarce. Yeah. Winner number 2.
That one wasn't as sexy.
That one was not sexy.
Yeah, I need a little more smitten in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, give me some of that.
All
Well,
right.
you just start saying Herg's
Winners
name
have
like
been
that
picked.
from now on. I think I've heard that come from the cat box a few times.
Oh my! All right, Beagle.
I just killed Beagle.
Hey, look, she's doing the squeaky thing.
Oh, we broke the Beagle. Beagle, how can people get a hold of you now? I won't cut you off this time.
I will. Go ahead.
Shut up, Dan. You can
My
find
germs.
me on Twitter. Shut up, nerd. You can find me on Twitter at Beagle_Girl27. And you can find me on PlayStation at Beagle_Girl2780. Send me a message. Say hi. And I guess I'm gonna throw this out there right now because I actually have been getting invites from people, but I never get a chance to join them either because I might be playing with these guys or I might just not even be on Smite. I might be like on Netflix or something, but Smite's still open. Or just not in my room.
What are you doing on Netflix?
Supernatural.
Watching Supernatural.
Yeah,
What are you doing
else?
during the podcast? Watching Supernatural.
Only on Thursdays if we record on Thursdays.
What's your Supernatural fangirl handle there?
Excuse you?
That's an interesting one. Excuse you? I've never heard that before.
I say that a lot. I don't excuse myself. I excuse you.
All right, Dan, how can people get a hold of you?
People can find me on Twitterverse at Split Push Podcast with no A because the name was too long. You can find me on PlayStation at DirtXNapXDan. And if I ever feel like getting on PC again, DirtNapDan with no extra characters.
Guy?
You can find me on Twitter at GSmitey, and you can find me on PlayStation at GuyAJ78, and sometimes on Xbox at GuyAllSmitey.
And Yuki.
You can find me on PlayStation at Ryukutsu_Yuki and on Twitter at YukiGaming22. And at Guy's funeral because he's coughing to death. And Beagle's funeral because she's laughing to death.
Yeah, I think I'm sorry.
And Dan's funeral because he's starved to death. And Dirtnap's dad's funeral because he's out of position and I shot him.
Hashtag Yuki play Loki.
Nope.
So anyway, you can find old Dirtnap's dad here out of position. I mean, on Twitter and in the PlayStation world at dirt_naps_dad. Haven't really been Twitch streaming a lot, and that's because, well, Dirtnap's mom's been hanging out with me a lot when I game, and I'm not allowed to have the camera on while she's, sitting here beside me. So, well, sorry folks. I get to enjoy her hotness all to myself. Otherwise, if you do want to follow me over there for the occasional times that I hop over there, just add an _PS4 to my name and you can find me over there. We have the community email, which is community@splitpushpodcast.com. Make sure you're hitting those favorite buttons, giving us the 5 stars, the thumbs ups, tell your friends, tell your family, even if they don't care, split push here, a little split push there, a little split push everywhere.
I say, hey, baby, follow my split push. What the hell is split push?
You're about to find out.
That's right, baby. Right. You're going to be subscribed or like it or not. Let me see your phone.
Yep, there you go. And don't forget, get your questions out for Splyce's support. The man, the myth, the legend, Aurora, who will be with us
good doggo
next week. Yes, definitely. Afterworlds was the good doggo, that's for sure. So, hey, when it comes to dirt naps, though, you got to give them before you take them. And when all else fails,
split push!